Rohan the Ronan. Chapter 1. The Race. Rohan and the others have arrived in Tsushima. When they arrived, the boasting from the other passengers had risen. "We will find the blade first and restore Japan," one samurai stated. The other passengers laughed out loud. "What will happen when we find the blade? You shall be calling us Lord Samurai," a Ronin comments. After all the bickering was starting to dial down, weapons were drawn. No one thought about retrieving the blade. They all thought about power, power they can imagine, power that they want, power they would kill all men on earth to obtain. Ignorance took over, ignorance that Rohan was not going to participate in. So he left before they could say anything to him. Our wandering warrior comes across a small village not too far from the dock of the island, looking for some small shelter and a blacksmith. When he arrives, trouble arises from a bunch of bandits raiding a weapon shop. They are laughing at the hopeless shop owner as they take his weapons to a nearby cart. With no words spoken, Rohan acted upon his righteousness and took out the bandits one by one. He snuck up and impaled one through his stomach while he was loading the cart with weapons. He dropped to the floor with a loud clunk of weapons dropping, alerting the other bandits. The rest of the bandits ran out the door to see their acquaintance on the ground bleeding. They drew their weapons. One bandit angrily said, "You shall die for your sins." They charged at Rohan simultaneously, trying to bull rush him. Rohan pulls out his crossbow and shoots two of them in the chest. They both fall down, bleeding from their chest. The last bandit swung his sword from the ground up. Rohan evades and counterattacks with a side swipe to the arm. The bandit is in pain from his gushing arm, still attacking. They clash. Rohan has the upper hand. He pushes back the last bandit and trips him over his dead comrades. After the bandit hits the floor, Rohan slashes his neck 2 times with no hesitation. He bleeds to death fast. Rohan sheathes his weapon away. The owner of the weapon store comes out and thanks Rohan. "Thank you, mister. Thank you so much. To what I owe to the man that saved my store?" "Nothing. I saw you were in need of help, so I lent my sword to your shop," Rohan says. The weapon store owner starts to collect his weapons and relocate them inside the shop. Rohan helps with moving the weapons back to the shop. After all the weapons were placed back in the shop, Rohan had a few questions to ask the store owner. "I never got your name, sir. My name is Rohan." "Nice to meet you, Rohan. My name is Hiroshi." They both shake hands. "Are there any cabins in this small town?" "Not that many," Hiroshi responds. "But you can come and stay at my place as gratitude for saving my shop." Rohan bows to Hiroshi and tells him, "I accept your offer." They go back to Hiroshi's home. The sun is setting, and they talk at the dinner table. "I assume you come to Tsushima to look for Omashi?" Rohan puts his food down. "Yes, I am. I am also looking for a weaponsmith to fortify my weapons for this hunt ahead." Hiroshi grins with the biggest smile on his face. "Let me see your weapons. I am a weaponsmith as well." Rohan hands over his katana and crossbow. Hiroshi strikes the blade with one of his weapons at the shop. Rohan's katana cracks the other weapon. Hiroshi looks at Rohan. "There's no need to fortify your katana. It is made with the best steel money can buy. There's no need to test the crossbow, you just need different types of arrows. The ones you use are good, but you need to be more versatile. Poison arrows, hallucination arrows, and explosive arrows. I will equip you with these tomorrow morning. Anything else? Since you asked why I came to the island, do you have any insights on where Omashi is?" "I do. Let me tell you a secret, Rohan. I am the only one that knows in this town. There's a reason why you come through my shop first before you head into the town." They ask the chief, assuming that he knows. The chief knows about the blade, but doesn't know about its whereabouts. "I am one of this island's protectors, and if you would have never killed those bandits, they would have met their demise within a few hours. All of my weapons are marked. To tell you where it's hidden, it's at the Omashi estate. The clan had to relocate to another place on the island, as they were targeted first during the war. They have told rumors about hiding it in a remote location. It's not. That weapon is under the estate. The entrance has a hatch that can be opened. It's just covered by rubble. After you enter the shrine room, it will be straight ahead, simple. You should be able to retrieve it, no issues." Rohan raises an eyebrow with suspicion. "If you say so, I understand your suspicions. For now, let's eat and sleep." Rohan and Hiroshi ate their meals and got some sleep for the night. Hiroshi wakes up before Rohan, preparing a warrior's meal for the trip along the way. When Rohan wakes up, he meets Hiroshi outside with breakfast made. "I see that you are up early." Hiroshi puts down his meal. "I rise with the sun and set with it. Eat your food. I will explain the road you will take to reach the estate. Where you will be heading is past this town along the coast. The road up ahead will take you there." Rohan finishes his food. "I will get ready." He puts on his clothes and gear. As Rohan gave his grace to Hiroshi, Hiroshi packed him a meal. "You shouldn't have. It's the least I can do. You saved my shop. Now get going." Daylight's burning. Rohan leaves the shop on his way to Omashi's old estate. It's high noon. The sun is radiant. The walk is quiet. You can hear each step within the soil. The road seems like a cakewalk to the estate, too easy. Rohan is leery, always on guard. A couple of steps ahead and bushes start to rumble. Rohan pretends that the bushes never made a sound. He got further in the road and heard more rumbling in the bushes. Still continues to walk. Then two bandits jumped out of the bushes, attacking Rohan from the air like ninjas. He slices both of their stomachs and they fall to the ground bleeding. He flicks the blood from the blade to the ground and continues walking his path. Rohan's sure thinking that there shouldn't be anybody on this road, unless some people have information about where the Omashi blade is hidden. The race is real. Ronins, samurai, and bandits. Seems that everyone will kill for a mystical weapon. Every man for themselves if you are one of the three. As Rohan approached the estate, 20 bandits were roaming around the hatch of the shrine. Rohan hid in the bushes and climbed into a tree with lots of leaves. Rohan loads his crossbow with explosive arrows and fires off 3 rounds. Each arrow took out 5 people due to their explosive radius. The last 5 were surrounded by the flames of the explosion. Rohan shot 4 of them with poison arrows. The 4 men started feeling weak and dropped to the floor. The last man standing was shivering, afraid of what's to come of him. As he sees his fallen comrades on the ground, he grips his blade tightly. Rohan runs silently to the man and slices his hand, wielding the blade, and slices his head clean off. The 20 men were no more. Rohan enters the hatch. What Rohan sees upon his eyes is a shrine and the path Hiroshi told him to take. Upon walking in the right path, there are written notes about the Omashi blade. The first note says, "This is not the original Omashi blade." This is confusing for Rohan. Why would they leave notes saying this weapon in this shrine is a fake? Or is it a ploy to deter thieves from going beyond this point? Either way, Rohan moved on to the second note. This note gives history to this phony weapon, or so we think. The second note says, "The Omashi blade is an heirloom artifact that will always be in the hands of the Omashi clan. This weapon has a trial for you to pass which is up ahead. You may not make it out alive. Turn back." Rohan smirks. They are really trying to warn you or scare you. He continues walking to the third and final note, which reads, "This blade is named Hakai. We do not know where this weapon comes from, nor its origins. It was given to us from a mysterious man to protect. Protect what we did, but from whom?" Weapons like this and items with mystical abilities were showing up all over Japan. We like to call those items that are imbued with these powers artifacts, as they are not weapons. We left Hakai here because it's protected by a guardian spirit. You have to defeat this spirit in order to live and leave. As Rohan was reading this final note, you can hear iron striking iron in the background. He walks in the room and sees a samurai clashing with the guardian. The guardian is unharmed while the samurai is badly injured. They both clash blades and collide, sparks coming down like shooting stars off of their weapons. The guardian pushes back the samurai and slices through his armor, dealing the fatal blow. Rohan noticed that the weapon the guardian is using is Hakai. His heart starts to pound fast. Reading his weapons for battle, it's do or die. He bows to the guardian. The guardian bows back. They fight, they dodge, and trade attacks. Blow for blow, clash for clash, an even fight, a fight to the death. The guardian slams Hakai into the ground and uses its destructive capabilities to make spikes in the ground. Spikes large enough to impale a human stomach. Rohan dodges the spike as they shoot up from ground. He dodges to the guardian and lands a blow to the chest and arm. No damage was dealt to the guardian, immune to attacks just like the last person to fight him. Rohan's next step is to disarm the Guardian from the katana. The Guardian swings his left arm onto Rohan's chest to gain distance. The Guardian rushes in, Hakai dragging on the ground, leaving a trail of blue flames. He strikes with an uppercut and burns Rohan's face slightly. He is now surrounded by the flames that hurt him. The flames flare up like an uncontrollable wildfire that can't be doused. Rohan charges at the Guardian with his blade embedded with the flames surrounding them. He strikes the head and stops the Guardian's focus. The flames go down and the Guardian is dazed. Rohan takes this opportunity and strikes Hakai out of his hand and recovers it. The Guardian conjures a katana and clashes with Hakai with Rohan wielding it. The conjured weapon shatters on impact and hurts the Guardian in the chest. Rohan takes a deep breath, jumps up and slashes downward on the Guardian, landing the final blow. The Guardian returns to Hakai as they are one. In a sigh of relief, Rohan falls flat on his butt, relieved that he has won the life or death battle. He returns to the entrance of the shrine. Before he makes his exit, he eats the food Hiroshi has packed for him on his walk. Drinks his water as he's thirsty. He leaves the shrine. When he opens the hatch, it's the evening. The sun went down a bit. It's past noon. From a distance, it looks like a small group of Ronins approaching the estate. They lock eyes on Rohan. Since he has Hakai in his hands, it's not the blade they're looking for in theory. As they approach, Rohan's senses are heightened due to Hakai's mystical abilities. He can sense danger and the intentions of others. He senses the Ronins. They are dangerous. They want to take all his weapons away. They speak. I've never seen a Ronin with no wakizashi and two katanas. Did you find the weapon? No, I haven't. Rohan starts to walk towards the town he came from. The Ronins unsheathe their katanas and silently attack Rohan. Rohan turns to his left side and unsheathes the base of Hakai. Hakai unleashes a fury of cuts to the Ronin, attacking Rohan, cutting them to ribbons. They fall unconscious. Rohan starts to like his new katana as he barely has to try. He begins walking towards the town again. He thinks about how those men know about even thinking about looking through a destroyed estate. Hoping Hiroshi did not say anything about this blade to no one else. He arrives back in town, heading to Hiroshi's home. He knocks, and Hiroshi opens the door with excitement. I'm so glad you're okay. Did you return with Omashi? We'll have to sit down and talk over dinner, but first I want to inspect it. Rohan gives Hiroshi the katana. It's an all-black katana. I don't know what material this is made out of, but it trumps every weapon in Japan. Hiroshi hands back the katana. I have food already cooking. We can talk now about what you have encountered. They sit down and have the conversation. To start from the beginning, there were bandits on that path. I wasn't sure why. When I got to the estate and entered the hatch, the Omashi clan was trying to warn people about the weapon and how it has a guardian. And the real name of this weapon is Hakai. Hiroshi's eyes opened up as he was intrigued. So what about this guardian? Rohan scratches his beard. I fought the thing. It was impervious to my attacks until I imbued my weapon with its flames. That's how I was able to hurt him. Anything that's not mystical cannot hurt this thing. I would have died if it wasn't for him using flame abilities. Then, I knocked Hakai out of his hands and I slayed him with it. Hiroshi's excited. Whoa, that's intense. When I left the shrine, there were some Ronins that knew to look here. I was wondering if you told them. Well, I'm not the only one that holds this secret. There are other protectors of this island as well. They probably got a tip from them. I asked because they tried to kill me over this weapon. I barely know how to use this katana, and it cuts them down without me having to try. Hiroshi looks very serious. You have to leave this island now. Everyone will be looking for you, to kill you, to take Hakai away from you. You can stay for tonight. There's a boat that will be ready for you in the morning for you to leave. Just hope that nobody else looking for that weapon is on that boat as well. Let's eat, Rohan. You need to restore your energy for tomorrow. Ate and rest they did. They woke up just in time for the boat to set sail. The boat will be taking you to Fukuoka. It will take a couple of days for you to reach the mainland. This is where we part ways, Rohan. May your travels bless Japan. Take care, Hiroshi. Rohan gets on the boat and it sets sail, on its way to Fukuoka. The next step Rohan has to take is to unify the mainland estates and take the war to the Mongols. Find out in the next chapter. Chapter 2, Most Wanted.